Hello and welcome to this our season finale. I am sitting here with two handsome lions and this is Safari Live.
This is so exciting. We've managed to find the Sausage Tree Pride.
Look at this last dash.
This is amazing.
Look at that incredible strength.
20 seconds.
Here come the cheetah.
Unbelievable stuff.
I'm just keeping my head on a swivel. You never know what's going to happen next in these situations.
Standing by.
Can you believe this?
3, 2, 1, live.
Good evening, South Africa, and welcome to this, the 13th and final episode of the Safari Live season on SABC3. We are with the Duke of Juma, Tingana. My name is Steve Falconbridge. I'm joined by Sebastian on camera, and as usual, we're coming to you live from two locations, one in Juma at the Sabi Sands and the other in the Maasai Mara Triangle up in Kenya. And being the last episode, we would love to hear from you. All your questions and comments, send them through to #SafariLive. And let's see if we can get through those for you. Well, those of you who might have missed last week, it was a bumper episode. Let's go and see what went down.
Last week on Safari Live. In the Mara, Scott followed the 5 Musketeer brothers chasing down a lost wildebeest before revealing their complicated coalition dynamics. The Western Kruger exploded with live action. Steve found where the Juma clan has been hiding, and we enjoyed the antics of Plonk and 2 brand new little cubs. Trishala sat with the sleepy Nkuhuma pride and told us the sad story of Amber Eyes and her tragic attempts to be a mother. For Tristan, a traumatic scene unfolded at Chitra Dam with the inexplicable mauling of a tiny hippo calf by a young bull. I started and finished with Crocky, the opportunistic croc, and found Guchava, perfectly posing before the hunt.
Welcome back live to Juma, where we are with the Duke of Juma, who has graced us with his presence on this, the final show. And how exciting is that? We managed to find him this morning, and we've spent some time with him as he's trying to reclaim his territory, marking and scenting as he goes. We've had a week of rain, and we finally had an evening or afternoon of nice, clear skies. But he is hungry. He was searching for food before, almost as hungry as the Sausage Tree Pride, who not so long ago up in the Mara tried to take down a buffalo. Guys, this is so exciting. We've managed to find the Sausage Tree Pride after days and days of looking, and they're on the hunt at the moment. They're about to start hunting a lone buffalo bull that is separated from the herd, and what's happening is that the lions are trying to cut it off at the moment. So the rest of the herd is off to our right, and the lions are trying to get between it and the herd and segregate it. Remember, there's 8 individuals in this pride, 5 lionesses, 2 young males, and this big male, and so finding food out here for that many animals and that many mouths is really difficult. So they've found themselves the perfect opportunity. Now you'll find that this buffalo is going to be quite aware of things. There's a wind that is blowing, and the buffalo know that they need to be very careful at this stage of the game. So this is absolutely spectacular to be able to see. And look at how they're going. You can see, look at how they're trying to cut the buffalo off. The buffalo is trying to join the rest of the herd that is off to our right hand side, and the lions know that if the buffalo goes, look, they're chasing, they're after it. Now we need to get closer. They're going quite far away from us, so we're going to try and get all the way towards where they are.
Jumbo, and a very warm welcome, South Africa. We are in a different country called Kenya, and we got the Sausage Tree Pride lions there, and those are 2 females and some youngsters. Well, my name is David. We are very excited, to have you on board today, and today I'm full of mixed emotions because unfortunately this could be our very last episode for this season 1 of our Safari Live experiences of the wilderness. Well, first things first, you have seen our lions look a little bit different. We want to go back to our lions, and you notice they do not look like the Avoca cheetahs or like the male lions Trish had a few seconds ago, because here in Kenya we are in black and white and we're using a very special camera called infrared. We are always 1 hour ahead of South Africa. Ideally it gets much darker than in South Africa. Well, you just saw that one very special male there called Kipuli, and Kipuli was in charge of this particular area, and he was basically, you know, the male coalition that was reigning here for a couple of years, and you saw how tough he was. Well, that did not last for a very long time, because after a few months there was another coalition that came in that is called the Ondonyo Pike males.
The Sausage Tree Pride and their cubs have shifted their territory east towards the Olololo Escarpment. They now find themselves in the domain of the Ondonyo Pike males. This is an astonishing situation. Infanticide by unrelated males is one of the most common causes of lion cub death. Yet, despite suspicions from the Limpy lioness that the males may harm her remaining cub, all three of Kipuli's offspring are healthy under the protection of the new males. The tolerance displayed at carcasses is remarkable. It can be dangerous for any cub to feed side by side with a hungry male, let alone a male that is neither father or uncle. Yet, this staggering bond between cubs and their adoptive protectors seems to have solidified into one of patience and mutual affection.
Welcome back live, and more so in the Mara Triangle. And you just saw how now those two males took over from the other coalition of that particular male or that particular coalition that we call Kipuli. Currently, those two boys are the ones that are in charge of this particular area. And I got a feeling those two cubs you see there, they could be the fathers. We got two females of the Sausage Pride. In general, there are always 5 girls. I got 2 of the 5, and one of them is the mother of those 2 cubs. This is so beautiful to see them in black and white, because they definitely don't affect, or they don't get affected by us using the artificial light. Well, I'm in one particular area not very far from a friend of mine who is Isaac, and Isaac got different predators.
Hello everyone, and from some lions to another predator, the hyena. Welcome to the North Clan Den. Just to remind you, we are doing the last SABC last episode of this episode, and it's rather quite sad to be ending this way. My name is Isaac, and on camera I have J. Andre. Welcome and enjoy yourself. Well, I have been seated here watching this beautiful clan of hyenas. It's called the North Clan, led by their matriarch Waffles. Waffles is somewhere back there, but all the cubs are being very interested with the vehicle, because they are used to the research vehicles coming close, so they're coming to investigate. Like this one, he's wondering why is the vehicle different today. The North Clan has got about 60 members in total, and the main matriarch is the one back there. She's been eating an old skin. I think she had hidden it in the water because it was wet, and that is what she's been doing. You see that? And one cub actually is welcome, although every now and then it's trying to, have it for itself. Yeah, she's an old lady, this one. I would say maybe she's doing about 10, and all these cubs belong to her. Please don't go anywhere, because we'll be back. Don't touch any dial. Sit right there.
Well, thank you for staying with us, all our regular viewers. I am glad to see that at least one of my lions have lifted up their heads and has put his nose to the wind, smelling anything that comes along. Well, my other guy is a bit sleepy still, but we do know that he has been wandering around a bit, though not long distances, short little distances, but I'm sure with his sort of injury, especially on the back leg, you can see it's a bit swollen. It's probably taken a lot out of him to do those short movements. But Brother Bear there has stayed with him all throughout, even led him to some water. Very sweet. I've actually been in awe today watching them and their relationship. Hey, you stunner. Well, my cats are just chilling for the moment, so I will do the same. In the meantime, let's go back to Isaac.
Yes, that female, welcome back. That female just, arrived, and I think she's checking and saying hello to everyone. Welcome back. That is Waffles that you see in your picture over there, and she is one mean female, still able to chew very hard hides. Like you can tell, she's eating a very old skin. The rest of the clan are all rested. Oh, she's gonna come forward a little bit, excuse me. And you can tell it's a very hard hide. I don't know what it is. Could be hippo, could be buffalo. Sometimes they will submerge them in water and leave them for a few days, then go pick them up and then eat them. But this one looks like it is still quite dry. Yes, Kalsik, you say you love waffles? Thank you. She's one wonderful female. I wonder what's going to be happening in the next coming months, because Soup, one of her daughters, is really growing and, might take over. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen. But I'm hoping that, she's still going to hold, because she's still very strong. And, to see her eating a skin tells me that she's still capable of going on. Yes, she can continue eating and leading. While I stake out this point, let me take you to a clip with Scott sometimes back with the musketeers hunting.
Well, everyone, we're in luck. These boys are up and mobile and heading steadily straight towards a very large herd of wildebeest. What a beautiful scene this is. Perfect sunlight, some beautiful clouds in the background, and some very focused cheetah. You can see just by the way they're moving, they mean business. Absolutely awesome. This guy's going to slink just a few meters in front of our vehicle. Maybe it's going to stop and enjoy the shade from our roof for a moment or two. I remember D'Artagnan doing that after they made a kill one morning. He came and lay right next to the vehicle in the shade. Now, as they move across here, you're going to get a good idea of how many cheetah there are. I haven't seen them often hunting big herds during the daylight hours like this. They usually do it after dark when they can create more confusion. But what we can expect to see is the cheetah almost running in like dogs, and once the wildebeest start running and the cheetahs start running in and amongst them, they can almost herd a youngster away or push a youngster away from the rest of the herd and take it down. So they may at any moment charge in and start hunting these wildebeests, not hugely dissimilar to a pack of wild dogs. Be careful, wildebeest. These guys are not to be messed with. What an awesome scene. I'm just going to move forward a little bit so we don't get left in the dust if they do in fact decide to chase.
Welcome back live to South Africa, everybody. Again, this being our final episode. Don't forget to send through your questions and comments. Hashtag safariLIVE. We are still with the Duke of Juma, who has done not much but scratch his face very briefly. How incredible are those scenes in the Mara? There's no better place to view cheetah than up in those wide open expanses where the cheetah really can be the supreme predator on those open plains, and 5 of them together are unstoppable, being able to select and take prey far bigger than they would be able to on their own or in a pair. But this area being much denser, much thicker, is much more prone to cats of the bulk of leopards, where cheetah like much more open plains. Let's go have a look at the similarities and the differences.
The ultimate triple threat versus an iconic specialist. One built for stealth, power, and ambush. The other designed for speed. The cheetah is decorated with black spots. The leopard with copper rosettes. The leopard, a stalking cat of the woodlands. The cheetah, a coursing cat of the plains. While leopards are strong and agile enough to hoist their kills away from thieving lions and hyenas, cheetahs are built exclusively for speed. They lack the strength to stash their kills or fight off scavengers. And while leopards live alone, cheetah often find comfort in the company and protection of siblings. Each cat is the master of their domain and holds a special place atop the African food chain.
Welcome back live once again as we look at the closeness, the rosettes of the leopard. You see that beautiful copper within inside the circle of dark, whereas the cheetah has only got black spots. They don't have the rosettes. One of the differences between them, cheetah being much more slender, as you know, much faster, leopards more powerful and bush thicket-loving specimens. And there's no greater place to spend time with leopard than here in the Sabi Sands in South Africa, where leopard viewing is absolutely world class. Although right now this individual is having a little bit of a nap. Hopefully he's going to get up soon to catch himself some dinner, but let's go back over to Tristan and see how the Sausage Tree Pride got along with that lone buffalo.
We had been sitting the whole afternoon with this buffalo herd, really hoping that the lions were going to try and kind of get a hold of it. And look, the hyenas are actually trying to hunt it. It's actually hyenas. I thought it was lions from far away, and the lions are now coming in as well. Can you believe this? This is ridiculous. This poor buffalo is going to have a seriously tough time of it with both of these apex carnivores trying to hunt it. And look, the lions are all around this buffalo. It's got a really tough time now ahead of it. There's going to be a lot of lions that are going to try and jump on it, and so it's going to have to try and fight them off from every direction, and that's going to be insanely difficult. And if it breaks from the lions, well, then the hyenas are going to be there too. And you see what the lions have done. They've actually cornered this buffalo. This buffalo has got no chance to get away now because there's lions in every direction. And look, there we go on the back, and you're going to see they're going to try and do this the whole time. They're going to try and pull down the buffalo from the behind. They're going to try and get to a point where they can actually get sort of the tail and anchor it, and then they'll try and break those back leg tendons. This is just absolutely insane. There comes the big male. Now there's going to be a lot of trouble. Look at that. Isn't that insane? Look, they're chasing. They're chasing. They're after it. And look, there we go. It's on the back. Can you believe it? This is just insane.
What an amazing experience. In fact, it's one that these boys that I'm sitting with would rather love. They look a bit hungry. I have these wonderful lions, of course, and that beautiful moon. What a shot. So here we have one Avoca male, and the Avocas are the coalition. Oh, hello. You are rather close. How cool was that? So these two are brothers, and they're part of a coalition called the Avoca males. And their territory is here in Juma, and they have been... Oh, just listen for a moment. They have such an incredible bond, and you can see them rubbing cheeks, and you heard him calling slightly, a little bit softly, and they're just kind of reaffirming their social bonds. Now, this is their territory, the Juma area, and there are 3 of them in total. And here we have the mohawked male, or snarly, and that's the one that's sitting down. And then, oh, hello. Stunning. And then the one that's just walked off to the right of your screen is the blonde-maned lion. Absolutely stunning. Well, they've gotten up, and for all we know, they may be out on the hunt, and I'm definitely going to follow them. Well, don't go anywhere, and we'll be back right now. This guy has gotten up onto a nearby termite mound. Actually, let's try and get that wonderful moon in there. So exciting. Whoops. Is this fine, Avi? A little bit more? Sure. Sorry guys, we're just trying to get this perfect shot in. Hopefully that stump will be out of my way. Not quite. Oh, you are just absolutely stunning. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Welcome back live, everybody. I just had the most amazing shot of this lion up on the termite mound and the moon behind it. It was incredible. But of course, he knows when we're going live and he's decided to move around. So I will definitely do the same. Remember to use that hashtag safariLIVE on Twitter to ask us any questions and send us any comments. We love to hear from you guys, especially our wonderful South African audience. Now, let me just try and relocate this Avoca male. Now, he is, like I said, one of 3 brothers. Ravindra has just asked, where is the 3rd Avoca male? Well, the 3rd Avoca male hasn't been seen in a while. There's one more, like I said, there's the mohawked male, the blondie, and the dark-maned male. The dark-maned male I haven't seen in a bit, so I'm not sure exactly where he is. In fact, the last time I saw him, it must have been in about December in Torchwood, which is a neighboring reserve about in sort of the eastern boundary. Let's just hang back a bit and give them some space. Now, I'd love to show you what these guys look like in the flare, the thermal camera. Oh, lovely. They've stopped to drink. Absolutely stunning. Now you can see it in the thermal camera. The flare, you can see that the orange and yellow sort of coloration that you're seeing there is the hot or warm spots, whereas the black and the dark purple in the background are the cooler bits. So you can see exactly how much heat the bodies of these lions are retaining, and you can see that the underneath, the soft skin around the inside of their legs and the underneath on their belly is quite yellow and quite hot. Now, like I said, these 3 are part of a coalition called the Avocas, and they came down here south in about the end of Feb, early March, and before that we had a coalition called the Birmingham Boys. So let's learn a little bit more about them.
In the winter of 2015, a young lion coalition invaded Juma from the north. They came as a brotherhood bent on claiming a territory they took with violence and infanticide. But this is the way of lions. Suku, Nena, Fumo, and Tinyo are the Birmingham Boys. Brothers in arms when defending a territory. Vicious, testosterone-fueled combatants over mating rights. With the Nkuhuma, Styx and Torchwood prides, the Birmingham Boys have sired many cubs, ensuring a deep legacy. But these mighty lions have been over-ambitious of late, stretching themselves thin while expanding their domain. And no vacancy in the wild goes unnoticed. 3 young Avoca males have arrived and staked a claim. Now, we wait to see if the Birmingham Boys will return to reclaim their lost pride lands.
So I've managed to catch up with them just a bit. That's a wonderful sight. So what that lion is doing right there is scent marking. So that shows you that exactly this is now his territory, and he is doing his territorial patrol a bit because it has rained, so all the scent that he has put on previously has all washed away. And if this were still the Birmingham's area, that would not be happening at all. It would not be tolerated, not one bit. Absolutely stunning as they walk off into the distance. Now, these guys were born in 2013. And they will be about 6 years old this year. So in 7 they're fully grown, and I can only imagine what majesty they must look like. Anyway, I'm going to try and keep up with them. In the meantime, let's go back to Tristan and see exactly what he's been up to in the Maasai Mara.
can see the lions have got this buffalo very close to a water point, and the buffalo is using the water for safety. There we go. You see how it runs back in to try and keep the lions at bay, and you can see the lions, they don't like the water. They're not trying to go in. Listen to the storm. Could you get any more dramatic than this? You've got lions hunting a buffalo. Fight for survival. There's Scotty. He's joined us now to try and kind of just help us with angles in case they run. There's hyenas everywhere. There's storm. There's rain. It's all really happening at the moment, and this is just absolutely insane. Now, what I wonder is going to happen with all the noise and the commotion. Is the rest of the herd going to come? You can see the herd is just drifting off in the background, so they're right on the top of the ridge there, and this buffalo made the cardinal sin of being separated from that herd, and that allowed the lions to kind of get it between it, and the herd seems to be moving off and not being aware that this poor buffalo is in this fight for its life. And it is insane how much power a buffalo has got. You can see how much respect the lions have. When that buffalo runs forward, everybody just scatters. And interestingly enough, if they had just got that big male to kind of pull it and just to unbalance it, they might have got this buffalo down. But the buffalo managed to break with just that lioness on its back and managed to get itself into a situation where it could then get to the water. And like I say, now it's just a stalemate. Look, the lions are coming quickly. They know this is the opportunity when it goes away from water, and they want it to go from water. Here we go. They back onto it again. There we go. Look at that. They're onto the back of it. Now this is where the whole thing is going to happen. Now you'll find that the buffalo is going to be quite slippery after being in the mud and in the water. But look what the lions are going to try and do. They're going to try and get into a situation where they're going to try and keep it from the water itself. But it's going to go straight back in with the lions in tow. And look at how the lions stop and the buffalo goes in and splashing. This is just insane.
Welcome back live. Welcome back more so to Kenya in the Mara Triangle. And I can tell you the sausage pride that you saw there hunting the buffaloes, or the buffalo rather, are yet to give up. Now, part of what you saw there, this is one of that female in that particular pride. They're very good hunters, and even during when we have the migration of the wildebeests and the zebras in their thousands, I have seen them with a choice forgetting the wildebeests and the zebras and going for buffaloes. And Rachel, that's a great comment, and you're saying you do hope they hunt tonight. Rachel, great comment. I'm wishing them well. The last I saw them hunt was a buffalo, and that's about 2 weeks ago, well, about 10 days ago rather. And I think yesterday they caught something small, and I do not know what they caught. But looking at the bellies looked not as bad, because of the 5 females here, I guess 4 of them got cubs, and they need to keep hunting and eating something. I've been thinking or saying earlier that I am of mixed emotions today. Number one, I said I'm a little bit sad because this will be our last episode for season 1, episode number 13, but also full of joy, knowing that come the month of April on the 7th, we'll be right back with more exciting news. So that one gives you the hope that we shall be back, in the next few weeks. Now, most important, I'm so happy because you've been following us through the time, seeing these cubs grow. Well, again, as I said, I'm not the only one here in the Mara Triangle. My friend Isaac is on the other side, and he still got his predators.
Well, welcome back. And here I'm still sticking out the North Clan den. And here we have 2 twins, I think. They look very... actually, one is slightly bigger to the left. They look, hyenas actually, hyena cubs usually are born with teeth and with their eyes open, unlike any other predators we know in Africa. And usually, if they're born of the same kind, one will try and, outstarve the other one or kill it, and so it can get all attention. So that tells me that these guys are female and male, and so they actually did manage to not kill each other but survive because there was no competition. Otherwise, they normally kill each other. This one is much bigger, and he's very, very inquisitive. And usually in other clans they will try and run away, but this guy is very, very interested in my vehicle. Every now and then he's been coming and going away. Yes, well, don't you go anywhere. Please stay just right there, because we'll be right back after this short break. Well, this youngster is playing with mommy, and mommy is not very happy, so I think he's gonna get a very big bite if he's not very careful. Yes, you know, at a very young age, they'll, you know, perfect their biting skills, and with that, they will bite something and then thrash their heads from one side to the other. And we just saw that. I hope, you know, it does it again. But these are skills that will make these, you know, predators better hunters in the future. This is okay. Yep. Well, welcome back. And that female you see there is suckling two cute ones behind her. And they are the two that yesterday were very shy. Every now and then they were running to the burrow. They were being bullied by others. Remember that this is the last episode on SABC. So it's rather sad, but I hope you're enjoying this interaction of the North Clan. The North Clan are one of the clans that we've been following, led by Waffles, and she's not very far. And while I continue sticking out again at this point, I'll take you to Trish, who's got some lions.
Clan dynamics are indeed very, very interesting, just like the dynamics of this coalition. Now, these two brothers, one is injured. I'm not sure if you can see his injury right there above his left eye. They're walking right by us now. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So we have an injured male and one that's not injured at all. I've got my voice down low because they came really, really close, as you saw, which I think is incredible. And so the injured male is sort of, I'm just going to turn around so we can get a view again. The injured male may be able to heal properly, and I hope he does. And these animals are incredibly resilient, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if he does. And of course, he's got the help of his brother there. Jonathan has a question asking if he'd be pushed out of the coalition because of his injury. Jonathan, I really don't think so. I think he may be left behind by the coalition if his injuries are really, really bad, and if it means that he won't be able to keep up with the rest of the group, he might actually just get left behind. But I think it's very unlikely that he will be pushed out simply because he's a bit injured at the moment. And just the fact that these two are behaving in the way they are, and that the healthy brother is taking care of him. He's led him to water holes. You saw the affection between them, and he always keeps a short distance between the two of them. So he's helping and holding his brother that is injured. So I doubt that he'll be pushed out of the coalition. But thank you for that question, Jonathan. Now, these guys are walking straight up to our boundary, which is not great for us, but I'm going to keep up with them as long as I can. In the meantime, let's see exactly how Tristan's episode with the buffalo and the lion pride all tied up.
Welcome back, and most welcome back to the Mara Triangle on this very last episode of season 1 on SABC3. I had just moved a little bit around to find out if I could see one of the other females, which I did not see, but I'm gonna stop here because these cubs are still here, and you have seen truly how the Ondonyo males really worked it very well. Now, one of these girls had risen up and then sat down, and I do not know what she is looking at. You can see how the wind is blowing because it's very windy, and a few minutes ago it was spitting. We had some showers, but then it just stopped. Actually, do you think you can see the cubs somewhere to the left? The cubs are very sleepy, but very interesting because if you look carefully, you can see some drops coming down. But ideally, instead of them looking for some thickets, they feel much comfortable here. I mean, it gives me lots of pleasure. Yes, that female is up again. I'm not sure where she's heading to, not sure what she wants to do. We're going to find out. If, of course, the rains subside, it could be a good time for them to go hunting. We normally get 2 seasons of rainfall in Kenya, the long rains and the short rains, and the long rains are due to start any time now. Well, look at that other one. It might rise up and maybe go join the other female. My friend Scott Dyson, who is also a guide, had the very final part seeing what the 5 musketeers did on their hunt.
Look at all the wildebeest coming and running in now. There's one cheetah just off to the right that's taken 5 cheetah or 4 cheetah quite some time to subdue it, and it's still standing up. But I fear that it is just pure, like simply outpowered here and overnumbered, or outnumbered and overpowered rather. Whew. I saw that opportunity, and I wonder if it was because the topi just stood out so much from the rest of the herd that they decided to attack it. I mean, it's not as big as a wildebeest, the topi, but certainly bigger than a young wildebeest, which there are a few of in this herd, but maybe it was just difficult for them to work out which one to go for. That is D'Artagnan. We were discussing earlier if he's the lead hunter, and no, he's not always the lead hunter. But almost every time we've come across them making kills, he is almost always the one who administers the chokehold, which he continues to do now as the others begin to feed.
Yes, this little guy has been very, very playful, and he's demanding his rights. He wants to drink, but mommy has sat in a way that he cannot get to the teat. You can see he's really begging. Let's listen a little bit. 1 second, maybe. He's really, really begging. He wants that milk, but maybe mommy doesn't have enough. The brother has arrived. I think he's got more support. He might get a chance, you know, this time. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. Agree. You asked me why hyenas born with teeth and eyes open. It is in their nature, because at a very young age they will practice what we call infanticide, where the older sibling will try and kill the younger one, just as in eagles, where, you know, if one hatches, it will try and push off the other egg if it hasn't hatched, or if they hatch at the same time, one will try and outstarve the other one. Very much with the hyenas. If they are born of the same sex, if they are females, that is actually quite much more dangerous, because one will try and kill the other so it can get all the attention. It is in their nature, and they are given these tools to do that. So let me send you down to Greater Kruger with Steve, with Tingana, our beautiful leopard.
Well, that's fun. Welcome back to South Africa, everybody, where the Duke of Juma has started a few yawns, a few stretches, and he's been doing a little bit of grooming We're hoping he's going to get up shortly and start moving. He just turned his head a moment ago at the scream. Well, there you go. This is his place. This is his territory, as he now listens to any reply from the distance. We've been waiting for him to do that. He has been out of the property for the last few days or week, and it has been raining. The rain has washed away all the scent marking that has been put in place by him, and so he's come back to reclaim it all, rescent it with scent marking and with calling. Well, up he gets. Where is he going? He's definitely hungry. Maybe he's going to catch some food as he goes behind us. You'll have to come back and see. Hello everybody, how cool was that? We were waiting for him to do something and he suddenly called. What a champion he is. The Duke of Juma. We're just going to follow him slowly over here, see what he gets up to. He's just on my right hand side walking along the road. Just going to pull up next to him. We are in infrared, as you can probably tell. Enables us to see in the dark like a leopard. And what a magnificent leopard he is. Well, welcome back everybody. We are here with Tingana as he starts to move along the road. He's probably going to scent mark. Sorry about the vehicle and my head. He's going to walk right in front of the car. No doubt he's probably going to rub his face up against the branch in a moment and do a bit of a scent mark. And there he goes. We're going to keep up with him. They like to walk along the roads, leopards. It's much easier for them, just like we drive on roads. Leopards like to walk on roads because it's not like off-road driving. They can walk much quicker and much more quietly if they do walk along the road. And if he does detect something, he will go in and get it. Leopards hunt by smell, sound, and sight. And the wind has just dipped slightly. And so, oh, there we go, the wind has picked up. Brad, you want to know what my favorite sighting of the season has been? Well, it has no doubt got to be the honey badger that I spent time with as it caught a monitor lizard, something that I will never, ever forget. Secondly, I think the buffalo birth was something very special. I managed to have time with that. And Seb was actually my cameraman for that as well. So that was quite incredible. But we are going to carry on here as he moves away from us. Remember, folks, this is live and interactive. Get through your questions and comments, and one-word tweet, perhaps. How awesome is this? Send through a one-word tweet. Okay, well, as we keep up with Tingana, he's moving straight towards the drainage over here. Let's go up to one of the nemesis of leopards, up in the Mara with Isaac and the North Clan.
Yes. Still at the North Clan den, and these two have decided, actually have given up begging for milk, and now they just want to play. Well, as the episode comes to an end, I would like to share with you, what was my perfect moment. I think during the whole season there was a time where we had our one of our sausage tree females give birth, and we hadn't seen the cubs for quite a long time, so there was a lot of suspense. Everybody was looking forward to seeing them, and then we found them, and we found 3 cubs, Meaty with 3 cubs, and then she took them quite a long distance to eat one of those days, and then, we only thought, there were 3, and then all of a sudden, one evening I went there, and there was these cries of the youngster, another youngster crying from a lugger behind where she was suckling the rest. And I think, you know, when that little guy made that noise, that was the greatest moment. I realized that actually there was a little guy and he had made it, you know, surviving for 5 days without eating. I think that was the greatest moment of, you know, for me this time, you know, during this, you know, all these episodes. I think that was the greatest moment. Although I cannot complain with what is going on here. It's always nice to see hyenas because they are very, very active. Oh, it looks like Auntie is being, you know, that Auntie is being very naughty. Yes, from this naughty Auntie, let me send you to David, who's got the sausages. I don't know what they're up to.
Thank you, Isaac, and that's very true. Seeing cubs of any predator is always exciting. Now, one of the females relocated and she positioned herself in a different area where she's just scanning and looking around. And I was just thinking in my mind a few seconds ago, we have been with you for like over 3 months, and apparently these cubs, you started seeing them when they were 3 months old. And how fantastic, what an incredible journey we have walked together. Because now, if you go to them, as much as they're a little sleepy, they are 6 months old. Isn't that exciting? It's truly fantastic to know that on this very last episode of season 1, it has been wonderful, wonderful to have you all this period when they're 3 months old and now they're 6 months old. One of the females here, that's called Mitty, has some wonderful moments with her cubs.
In all of nature, there is little more adorable than a big cat cub. The contradiction between voracious predator and helpless fluffball makes these moments all the more special. Watching cubs grow is a delight second to none. Many of the skills cubs will need in later life, they develop playing with their siblings. Stalking, pouncing, chasing, and wrestling. Testing different cuisine is part of growing up, even if it is a grubby business. For lions, teamwork is essential. For the solitary leopard, it's stealth and instinct. For the cheetah, painstaking lessons teach their young the complicated skills required for chasing, killing, and eating. The road from cub to big cat in the African wild is both risky and rewarding.
Welcome back live, and luckily one of the females that had moved away has just come to join the cubs, and look at how they always groom each other. Isn't this fantastic? It's good just maybe to wake them up. This has been wonderful, and I'm sure you saw Mitty with her 4 cubs, how exciting it was. Well, for the last 13 weeks, or the last 13 episodes, we had had a wonderful time. Let's have a look.
Over the last 13 weeks, we've journeyed together through the majesty of the African wilderness. In the mystical plains of the legendary Maasai Mara, we met Waffles and her mighty North Clan, hunters, warriors, and mothers. We marveled at the sublime speed and flair of the slightest and fastest of the big cats. The happy zebra clan were terrifying hunters, and the sausages merciless scavengers. We were left breathless by the frightening vengeance of Kipuli. We developed an intimate relationship with Kinky Tail and her sausage tree pride. Hunting, not always successful, and expanding their pride with impossible cuteness. Down in the Western Kruger, the Nkuhuma pride and Amber Eyes accepted the lordship of 3 young Avoca males, one of whom very nearly slaughtered Corky, matriarch of the Juma clan. Africa's most tenacious predator gave a once-in-a-lifetime display of courage and skill. And then, the leopards. The old Duke Tingana, the special little Chief Hosana and his joyful adolescence. It's been a huge privilege involving you in the lives of safariLIVE's enchanting predator characters. Thank you for being part of the world's largest safari experience.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and unfortunately it is the time to say thank you for everything, and apparently I think these lions have come here to say goodbye to all of you. It has been a very big pleasure for me, being a Kenyan, to be on the South African TV. I'm so full of joy. I'm so very happy. Remember, we shall be seeing you in season 2, April the 7th. Please join us on behalf of everybody else. Thank you very much. Take care of yourselves and goodbye.